The Masquerade in the Pot in the old days, when moonlit nights were still bright enough for children to chase fireflies and elders to tell stories until the crickets fell silent. There was a lively village called Òkè-Èrìn. The village sat between two gentle hills and was famous for its markets, its drummers, and its long line of talkative people. Among them was Tanimọla, a young man whose tongue worked faster than his brain. He was strong, well-built, and had the kind of confidence people admire from afar but shake their heads at up close. He could farm, wrestle, and carve wood perfectly, but he could not stop embellishing every story he told. If he went fishing and caught tilapias, he would claim he wrestled a fish the size of a canoe. If he visited the next village, he would return saying hunters mistook him for an antelope because of his speed. His stories were so wild that even children rolled their eyes when he spoke, yet Tanimọla enjoyed the laughter and attention too much to stop. At the center of Òkè-Èrìn stood an ancient baobab tree, tall enough to touch the sky. Beneath its wide shade sat a massive clay pot filled each day with cool water from the river. It was the women's meeting spot where gossip was exchanged, advice was given, and laughter flowed freely. One scorching afternoon, the women gathered with their calabashes, fanning themselves as they fetched water. Their chatter drifted across the village square. Just then, Tanimọla strolled in, whistling loudly, walking as if he owned every grain of sand on the ground. The women noticed him and braced themselves. He rarely passed by without dropping some unbelievable story. He leaned forward to peer into the pot and suddenly jerked backward dramatically. "Iya, did you not see that?" he shouted, eyes wide, hand on his chest as if he'd seen a spirit. The women jumped. "See what?" asked Mama Jabin, who never tolerated nonsense. Tanimọla pointed into the pot. "A masquerade, dancing inside the water. I saw it with my two eyes, a masquerade, inside a pot." Another woman placed her hands on her hips. This man has come again, but Tanimọla was in full performance mode. He stretched his neck, shook his head, and continued, "I swear by the shrine of Ògún." The masquerade wore red and gold cloth. It shook its rattles, it even sang a tune tar arata. I heard it clearly. The women burst into uncontrollable laughter. One nearly dropped her calabash. "Tanimọla, even your shadow must be tired of your lies. If spirits see you coming, they will hide themselves. Masquerade inside water. Maybe tomorrow you will say you saw a talking yam." Tanimọla raised his chin and walked away like a man wrongly accused, enjoying every bit of the attention. Before sunset, every child, farmer, trader, and hunter had heard the tale. Boys imitated Tanimọla's dramatic gasp. Girls sang silly songs about the pot masquerade. Even elders hiding under shade trees chuckled. By nightfall, Tanimọla's name danced through the entire village like a mischievous wind. Yet he didn't feel embarrassed, he felt proud. As he saw it, everyone was talking about him, and that was enough. The following morning, while roosters crowed and dew still clung to the leaves, Mama Ṣadé, one of the oldest and wisest women in Òkè-Èrìn, went to the river. She was known for her sharp wit and her ability to humble anyone with nothing but a sentence. On her way back, she met a crowd gathered around the square. Tanimọla was in the middle, pretending to brush dust off his shoulders as villagers teased him. Mama Ṣadé watched for a while, then cleared her throat. Silence fell quickly. Everyone respected her. She looked at Tanimọla and said, calmly but loudly enough for all to hear, "Tanimọla, my son, since you saw a masquerade dancing in a pot of water, then surely I must have seen the river goddess herself dancing in the river this morning." The crowd exploded. People laughed so hard they bent over. A hunter slapped his thigh. A group of girls rolled on the ground. Even Tanimọla couldn't maintain his pride. He covered his face, shaking with laughter and shame. Mama Ṣadé walked up to him slowly, placed a hand on his shoulder, and said softly, "When your mouth runs faster than truth, it will drag you into places your feet cannot follow." The shame burned deeper than any scolding could have. For the first time, Tanimọla realized that his words had turned him into the village's biggest joke. That day, he kept quiet. The next day, he thought before speaking. And gradually, people noticed. His silence earned him more respect than his exaggerated tales ever had. Within weeks, the villagers began to say, "Tanimọla has changed. His words now have weight. He worked harder, spoke less, and when he finally spoke, people listened." Years passed, and the story became a proverb. Whenever someone exaggerated or boasted too much, elders would smile and say, "If you saw a masquerade in the pot, then we must have seen the river goddess in the river." Everyone knew exactly what it meant. Moral: lies start off sweet, but they end in shame. A mouth without restraint destroys a person's reputation. Truth may be slow and quiet, but it carries dignity. Those who exaggerate soon become entertainers, not people to be taken seriously.